Welcome back again. I'm Tizi Agundaso is your host, and the guest in the studio is our doctor, our own, my brother, Dr. Abraham Khalid. So a professional a health personnel by profession. He has been dedicating himself unto Tizi Agunda. Now this is the second year in his entire life. He's always here to create awareness of any illness coming around to affect our life. This channel is all about Christians' life, is where we could help ourselves. It is you and me to make this mission come into reality as we are preparing and waiting for the second coming of our Savior, Jesus Christ. My brother, the doctor, you are welcome back again onto this session.
Thank you very much.
It is wonderful, to define a virus, to know where it has originated from, to know more into deep and why is it all about in Uganda. It was really amazing knowing the sign. It was, I'm getting more confident now. If I have such kind of case, I will not run away. I need to be patient because now I know the sign and the symptoms. So I hope from here we'll advance us into the next discussion.
The next thing that will be exhausting and closing up with the discussion is about the prevention of Sudan Ebola virus. Now, Sudan Ebola virus is not way different from the rest of the viruses from the family of the Ebola virus. Now, Sudan Ebola virus prevention, you can do the same thing from the rest of the strain. How do we get to understand that? One, how do we get it? If you know how you can contract or get contaminated with this virus and get infected, it's the same way you can just turn it around. How do I keep away from doing these things? And you find yourself preventing it. We say mostly is through contact. Now, there is an appeal to healthcare workers when the press was released by the National Ministry of Health, Republic of Uganda. The appeal to healthcare workers is to how there is a high suspicion on every case is presenting with a similar sign and symptoms related to Ebola viruses. You need to have a very high suspicion. Now, this high suspicion comes with one, keeping the person away from contact with the rest of the people. Two, even keeping yourself away from contamination with any fluids or anything that is coming out from this patient, so that you don't become another carrier of these viruses. You can contract it from a patient and then go and touch another patient, so meaning you are transferring or your means of carrier of this virus from one patient to another as a healthcare worker. And that is very, very important for healthcare workers to know. And then all facilities should identify a place for isolation where a case has been identified, and if it's still a suspect, that suspected case that needs to be studied and confirmed further. The person needs to be at least isolated from the rest of the patients, so that this does not become.
So, is there a distance considered?
With isolation, it's not about distance. It's about getting the patient away from the ward. If it is in the ward, if he or she is in the ward, you get a different ward. It's more like a quarantine. So the person is isolated from the rest and then managed from there. It doesn't mean that when you are isolated or you have the Ebola viruses, but this is just for a study so that you don't be at least a means or a way of spreading these viruses to the rest of the people. And also it doesn't mean that you are going to be relegated or you are going to be kept away from treatment. Actually, a suspected case of Ebola virus is treated with all suspicion, with all forces, all attention on that person, ensuring this person does not get into multiple organ failures and recovers immediately. That's the target, and that's the main thing that we are doing there. Now, an appeal to the general public or how we get to prevent this is one, avoid physical contact with individuals who are showing signs and symptoms of Ebola viruses. The signs and symptoms that we mentioned earlier on, very, very important. When you show such kind of sign, try to limit your physical contact. contact. And then the next thing is restrict maintain strict hand hygiene. You see, hygiene plays a very big role in our health contribution. It's one of the biggest contributing factors to our health determinants. When you are not hygienic enough, you are harboring a lot of risk of health-related conditions. So hand hygiene is one of the most important things. So how do we ensure that? By washing our hands regularly with soaps and clean running water and even sanitizing. So that's one other thing that we need to add to the physical distancing. The next thing is avoid direct contact with body fluids. Body fluids include the blood, the urine, sweat, saliva, the vomits, and stool from suspected Ebola patients. Just a suspect, not even confirmed, but you need to start moving yourself away from some of those other body fluids contact. And now lastly is refrain from handling bodies of people who have died. Oh, even the person who has died and having a suspected case of this. The person has died, it has not been confirmed that he or she has died from this virus, but was suspected. So you don't need to come. Yes, we have this love for our deceased. Like it's a Sudanese culture that we love dead bodies around. when someone dies, like before he's buried, everyone wants to see. We have to open the coffin. Or someone comes and wants to hug, wants to dance around and do all those. So with cases of this kind, we are restrained from such things. And then this alone comes with involving all burials of suspected and confirmed cases of Ebola to be done or supervised by health team who are well trained to ensure safety and prevention, all the preventive measures of this virus spread is at the highest peak ever. And then at least also giving a dignified burial procedure for this person. That's a whole matter. So all the publics are advised to ensure mandatory health or hand washing of facilities in all the areas. It's very, very important. And this is one thing that will make us to subside or reduce the spread of these viruses. We don't have to wait for it to hit us. Now this brings me to say the last thing. Just on Friday at 3 p.m., the National Ministry of Health, Ministry of Health South Sudan, announced an outbreak of monkeypox. Monkeypox that will be, it shouldn't come, and then hitting all the neighboring countries. And God saved us. Lord, from nowhere, we have one case confirmed of monkeypox in the country. Yes, I can't delve so much into details of that because our sessions of today is not about monkeypox, but there were measures that were put by the Ministry of Health on how we are supposed to prevent ourselves from this monkeypox.
I think we shall come so soon to create more discussion and awareness on monkeypox.
Yeah.
It will be so brilliant, and it will be a very contributive discussion over that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I want to say these are the things that we need to ensure we embark on, getting to know the signs and symptoms so that you can communicate properly to the bodies responsible in subsiding or preventing the faster spread of such outbreaks like Ebola and other things. So up to here, I want to say thank you very much for hosting.
All right, thank you. Wait.